also does a lot of work with different colleges in the area teaching college students how to build projects. So I'll let him explain it all, but feel free to interrupt them and say, hey, I got a question about that. Can you talk more about that one you were saying? The idea is it's a relaxed talk so you can
Say it in Russian.
yeah.
Okay.
No big deal. All right. Go ahead.
So I graduated from the University of Hawaii. My first job was in financial mechanics. It's all good job. So what do engineers do? Anybody? Build stuff. But more than anything else, they solve problems. So anytime there's a problem, it's an engineer doing something. So like the chair you're sitting on, you could have designed it. The computer you're working on, you could have designed it. I worked for a company called Martin Moreno for 33 years. So I worked on space backpack, you know that? It was flying around. The astronaut that flew on that mission, and I used to share an office. So that's great. His name was Bruce McCandless. I've been teaching since '99, Florida School of Mines, DU, and University of Colorado. Zing was in my class last semester. So what do you guys want to be? You guys good in math? Good in physics?
Yeah.
Not yet. So what is engineering? Applied physics. So you can look at things, solve problems. Do you guys like solving problems? So I had a student from Grand Junction who he built a little glove that you can do sign language. You can print out what he's saying. So that's pretty cool. He won the Junior Nobel Prize. He was a Westinghouse, Siemens, something else followed. He came coming out of high school. He had like $500,000 in scholarships. So that's pretty good. He's a veteran scholar. So what do you guys want to do when you grow up? You guys want to make money? No. Do you, any pro athletes here? What are you going to be, baseball player? Lacrosse? So I was disappointed when DU lost in the first round this year. That was terrible. So I still teach at DU. I teach robotics. I teach space robotics. I teach advanced robotics. I teach systems, innovative design, advanced systems, program physics stuff. Next semester I'm teaching at University of Colorado robotics, same design, and controls lab. I have no clue who's in the class or if I have enough students. So when I was coming out of high school, I didn't know what I wanted to be. And when I went to college, I decided I didn't want to be the son, so I did civil engineering. And I ended up getting a degree in mechanical engineering, even though I teach in an electrical school here. So whatever I built a lot of space stuff. Space telescope, I have some hardware on space telescope. Built a 7-legged walking machine for NASA. Built a lot of robotic stuff. So I had a car that traveled 65 miles an hour, hands-free. Just like what you see with the Google car now. So would you guys ride in? Oh, let me caveat that. It was only good 95% of the time. So would you ride in a car that's good 95% of the time? We had problems with mixed traffic, problems with bridges, we had problems with signs. Oh, and we had problems with people driving cars next to us. Otherwise, we're great. So we can go 95% of the time hands-free. Some of my colleagues at Carnegie Mellon drove a car from Washington, D.C. to San Diego, hands-free. And we did this in 96, 95. So that's like 20 years ago. So what do you think you're going to be doing next? Anybody going to be doing some great stuff here? What are you going to be doing? Are you? I've seen it on television. I mean, I've seen it on YouTube. I don't know if it's real or not, but that'd be kind of cool. So do you have more skills to build a hoverboard? So how are you going to lift the vehicle and how are you going to propel it? With fire? Okay. Interesting. It might work. You never know, right? What are you going to do? You're a senior. So where are you going to go to college? Steve Boulder. So I just found something called Western Education Exchange. Have you seen that thing? So if you get to a Colorado school, you can go to any school in the Western Hemisphere, Western U.S. at local tuition. My nephew's at the University of Hawaii. He wants to come here, either go to UNC or CU, Denver, or Metro, and you pay in-state tuition. So if you guys wanted to surf, I'll transfer to Hawaii and pay in-state tuition. But there's also a university in Alaska, right? That would be kind of interesting. If you like fishing and stuff, go to Alaska might be cool. So what do you guys want to do?
Automotive.
Or what?
Automotive
Oh,
engineering.
you want to design cars, build cars? Do you have a nice car now? How old are you?
It's not mine, but
How old are you?
50.
Okay, so you don't drive? No tickets? No accidents? Okay. What are you guys gonna do? Be brave. Okay. So an architect or an architectural engineer, there's a little difference. Architecture is a blending of science and engineering. Problem with architecture right now is liability. They build a nice building and the earthquake comes or something, it falls apart. That'd be kind of bad. So they have high insurance premiums. But do you like drawing?
Yeah.
You like computers? Good. So what do you want to do? Oh, same like, are you guys related? Okay. Do you guys go to the same school? You just like working, you like beauty and design. So when you build something, how do you know you can build the smallest of something or the biggest of something? So when I used to build robots, my idea was, I want it as big as possible, so people will remember it, or as small as possible, so people can't see it. And if it moves, it can move really slow or really fast. If it's really fast, it looks pretty cool. If you do something that everybody else does, then it's the same as everything. So right now I'm doing work on nuclear engineering, and I'm doing work on medical engineering. So robots in the hospital and stuff. So what do you want to do? So I have friends that have gone on to have worked 40 years in the industry, and they're like retiring now, and they still never know what they want to be. I think if you're lucky enough to know what you want to be early, you can get there quicker. But sometimes you never know what you want to be. I mean, so I guess I'm familiar with Google search engine. So there were grad students at Stanford, I don't know if you guys knew that, and they were working on a PhD, both of them. They came up with a search engine, which is on Macquarie, but they commercialized the Google search engine. So they had no intentions of making money, they were just cutting around. So at that time there was Ask Jeeves, Hotbot, every search engine possible, Lycos. So they commercialized. What they did was make it repeatable with the page rank, and they made a lot of money. So who owns the Google patent? What do you guys think? Anybody? You think Google would own the patent, but that was wrong. So the Google patent is owned by Stanford. And why is that? Because they're students at the time. And if you go to academia, they own your rights. Anybody have patents in here? You could have them. I'll be amazed. There's so many, when you go to college, you find so many smart kids around you. There's smart kids, there's always a few kids that are a little smarter. That's the guys you have to worry about, these kids are a little smarter. So getting back to the Google patent, they're grad students. Stanford owned the patent because they're PhD students. And don't get me wrong, those two guys are smart. Both of their parents were, one's mom worked at NASA, Goddard, the other one were professors from Michigan State. So they got the money, they made a ton of money. They bought the patents back from Stanford, so they gave Stanford $30 million to get the patent back from them. So the patent now belongs to Google, but they make tons of money. So what did Google do right? Anybody? They had a search engine that was commercial. And so, and why is search engines or software useful? Because you don't have to buy any hardware. I used to buy a laser. Anybody using lasers here? What's a big laser sensor on the front of a vehicle in the 1980s? Give you 3D imagery. It's called a LiDAR. We spent $1 million on that LiDAR, and it was experimental. $1 million. You might have some of these in your phones nowadays, which is incredible. We spent $1 million, and guess what? It never worked. So every night we had to refrigerate the electronics because they would overheat during the day. Freeze it as much as you can. They put a block of ice on a cardboard box, plastic bags, and then electronics, run out demos during the day, and then take out the electronics. But that was the 1980s. So right now, technology is going so much faster than before. So what do you want to be?
Robotics is what I want to go into, yeah.
Junior? Are you a junior in high school?
No, freshman in college.
Oh, where you at?
Mines.
Oh, so do you know John Steele?
No.
So I used to robotics class from 99 to 2002, so it's way before your time. What'd you choose mines?
One of the best engineering schools out there,
In
and
the region, yes.
yeah.
Are you a Colorado kid? Are you ever gonna leave?
Don't know.
Anybody here wants to leave Colorado? Where you guys wanna go? Anywhere? If it wasn't for all the people, if it wasn't for the earthquakes, I think I would like California. So you wanna go to college in California? So, my niece, which I went to her graduation 2 weeks ago, is to be playing libero for UC San Diego women's volleyball team. And she's only 5'2". I was surprised they picked her up and put her on the roster. You gotta be kidding me. So 5'2" on the women's volleyball team, which is amazing. I have another, growing up in Hawaii, my cousin's daughter was a water polo player. Anybody play water polo? You're hockey, so you're lacrosse, my mistake. I was confused lacrosse, field hockey, and all that stuff. There's a big difference. Lacrosse is big in Colorado. So she went to Beijing for the Olympics 12 years ago now. And she made it to the medal round, but she lost. She's a wrestler. And she must be only 5 feet tall, and even if she's 5 feet tall. But 4 years ago, she went to London, and she took home the bronze medal. It's pretty amazing for a small little Chinese girl getting a medal in wrestling. She was 52.5 kilogram wrestling. So bottom line, you can do anything you want to be. It helps if you're working with good people. I have these team projects, like kind of maybe what you're doing right now. If you have a good team, life's good. If you have a bad team, life's not that good. So, do you have any questions on me? I'm still pretty active in the robotics field. I did something on modern marvels, on building operated vehicles. It's been 16 years ago now. Let's see what else. I wrote a report to Congress for NASA on how to do satellite servicing. Did a lot of miscellaneous. I'm fairly strong in academia, so a lot of colleagues that just study at the university in the robotics field, so I'm kind of specialized, but I do more robotics. And so, what is robotics? It's an interdisciplinary system engineering field. So you need a mechanical guy. You can only electrical people. You need mechanical, you need electrical, you need software. If you're a psychologist with a computer science background, what would I call you? Any thoughts here? Thoughts? I'd call you an artificial intelligence researcher. So if you're a sociology with computer science, I would still call you an AI researcher. So what is the hottest topic right now in the government? You guys are kind of young, so you don't probably follow too much. So, big data. So what is big data, anybody? Let's start with a camera. So if I have a 32 by 32 pixel camera, is that big? You guys don't have cameras on your phone, but 32 by 32. And say I have to process color. So red, green, blue. So when you do anything color, you can use 3 color elements to color scheme. And so maybe I was processing a picture, a 32 picture at 30 hertz. What does that mean? How fast do I need to process each pixel? How many pixels am I processing? 32 by 32 times 30 times 3. Something like 9 million something pixels a second. Can your brains work that fast? Can a computer work that fast? And that's a small camera. Nowadays, there's what? 2400 by 2400 cameras and stuff like that. So, right now we're a little past the lizard stage in terms of capacity of the processors. And we're moving more towards a mouse. Does that make sense? So now we can do simple tasks because we're now between a lizard and a mouse and getting a little smarter. So let's say in 2025 or 2050, something like that, the computer will be smarter than human in terms of processing power. What does it mean to you guys? Would you be afraid if the computer was smarter than you? So that's what Elon Musk, Gates, the guys from Google are all worried about. Because we're running something called Moore's Law, and we're getting faster. We're getting so fast that processing will be able to compete with human brain in terms of crunching, so processes per second, and then it'll be smarter than us. So what if the computers were smarter than you? What does it mean to you guys? Well, for you, you could probably build a robot human to be your servant, slave, do your dishes, do your homework. You don't have to do anything you want, and they probably teach you at the same time. So that's getting closer. So right now, anybody in here want to be a lawyer? So computers are eating into the legal field because you can process so much data. So lawyers, you look at all your different references, right? You process all the data, and then you hire all these young law students to do all the work for you. But now with a computer, you can get it all done automatically fast. And all it takes is software. Doctors being altered by robots. Waitresses. You guys look pretty young, but anybody fly a lot? You go to the airport now, there's no people. It's all kiosks.
It's the best.
Is it? Kiosks?
Oh, it's way better. People just love it.
People just like to complain. So I used to build robots that are either autonomous or man in the loop. So man in the loop is the master slave. The master slave is one-to-one replication of what I'm doing. So if I was wearing a glove and an arm suit or something, and I'll be moving, a robot will be doing the same thing I'm doing. I have videos on this. That we can do, and it's pretty easy. To make a fully autonomous robot, where I don't have to worry about the human, I can do that. And that's not as easy, but it can be done. We had a hungry when Sparks running 1.5 million lines of software code. Any programmers here? This old program, probably a little, right? So if I had to have I don't know why, but college students, high school students, they always want to have robots fighting each other. I don't know what that's. So if I had a man in the best aircraft he could fly versus a drone with just moderate capability in a dogfight, who would win? Okay. Anybody else? You just think the same way? Drones? Human? Any other thoughts here? Which one? No, actually, in simulations, tell me.
The food was too fast.
Right.
So the drone is more mobile, also not fast.
Yeah, I mean, drones are, humans are limited to about 8 Gs in terms of forces. A drone can turn to 50 Gs. And then now they're so much lighter, they're so much faster. You don't have to have the CG of the man in the middle. You don't have to have all the air support and anything else. So you're lighter, faster, and you're more robust to gravitational forces. So in simulation, which hasn't happened yet, the drone will beat out the manned aircraft. So how much is a manned aircraft? Joint Strike Fighter, anybody?
That's what it costs.
Yeah, exactly. It's about $2.5 billion a copy through Lockheed Martin. And the drones can be 20,000 apiece. Anybody here own their own drones? I'm a big drone guy, so quadcopters. Are you guys familiar with quadcopters? Yes. Do you guys understand how it works? So that's all speed control. Two rotors opposite each other, spin in opposite directions. And you just speed and you go up and down, you go left and right, and you can tail and go laterally. So it's simple and it's cheap. Hardware is getting cheaper, processing is getting cheaper. So in your world, things are going to be just so much different. So, anybody here know how to use a slide rule? Slide rule. You know what that is? So I went to high school with a slide rule. We didn't have calculators at the time. And just coming out of college, it started to be more Texas Instruments and an HP calculator. Now you guys have probably calculators in your watches, probably. In fact, in your generation, you guys don't use watches, right? Everything's on a phone. Oh, you got a watch. So what's up?
I built one.
Oh, you built your own watch. Oh, nice. So what's the next trick to that? Making it smaller?
Yeah.
And then, are you going to put it like in your body somewhere? Okay, checking. Yeah, so old people wear watches. Young people don't wear watches. Young people have cell phones. So, do you have any questions about me in terms of career-wise or anything else? Electronics, controls, go ahead, Dave.
I know what they're all thinking. So you work at a bunch of high-quality institutions around here in engineering. What should these students be doing in order to best ensure their admittance?
Actually, there's no guarantees anymore. It's been a tough economy. As a thing, looking for jobs has been terrible.
Oh, I mean getting into college.
Oh, getting into college.
Yeah.
When I started, if you went to college to get a degree, and if I was hiring you, I typically hire people with a mechanical degree with a software background, or electrical with software, or a software person that can do both electrical and mechanical. So my thing is, if you can do everything, and I probably can do everything, that's the most versatile, best people I know of. In fact, you need to learn just about everything you have. No matter which class you're at. Most engineers try to blow off English or those other classes, but you should be good at everything. So make sure you have a little software in your background, because your future job's going to depend on software. But try and find something that you like to do or is fun to do. At this point, you should have a reasonable GPA and good entrance prep score, like ACTs, ACTs, to get into college you want. I don't know what's good in ACTs. Oh, you must have had a good ACT, right?
Yeah, I had 33.
That's good.
Instead of 36, right?
Yeah.
So 33 or 36, that's really good. Did you apply to MIT?
Yeah.
Did you get it?
No.
See, I have 3 friends that all went to MIT at the same time. And they said, to get into MIT, if you had got 36 on all of them, you would have stand a better chance of getting in.
Yeah.
I also had one of my interns, Chinese girl from California, that applied to Stanford, but didn't get in. But she got into a bachelor's and master's at MIT, so she went to MIT. So you just never know sometimes. The problem is the demographics of where you live. She lived close to Stanford, so they had enough people from that area. So which was MIT does good. Are you going to go to grad school?
Yeah.
In robotics.
Yeah.
So what do you want to build?
Don't know.
Do you want to make a lot of money off it? Or just gonna fun around?
Just gonna build stuff, play around, have fun.
Eventually, you need to make some money because you need to pay your bills.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to start your own company, I'll say start it at your age right now. If you can live at home as long as possible, and if I was a student, I would. Guys want to stay at home. Sometimes females don't want to live at home, but because my 23-year-old daughter is 18, she wanted to be out of there. Boys will never leave. And you can start a company with your friends this early in life, and maybe get bought out by somebody like Google, come up with a good idea, and kind of commercialize it, you can do okay. Let me give you one last story. Four guys in California at a community college started a company called Shilling Robotics. They sold a company to some company in England, and then they bought it back pennies on a dollar because the guys in England screwed it up. The company was called GRC. They recently sold their company, and there's only two of them left in the company, for $200 million for half a company. And then last Christmas, Christmas present, we sold the other half, $200 million. So two guys made $400 million. But they were at it for 20 years. And it's you know prosperity. Anybody know about like Nolan Ryan? So he played baseball like forever, 20 years. So if you can stay in something long enough, and it becomes something people want. People will. There's a chance you can sell your company. So where are we going in robotics? Well, the biggest problem was power supplies. If you look at the Honda dancing robots, half an hour. Processing is kind of limited. The sensors are not that good. The actuator is not that good. If you can only do software because you don't have any hardware money, you don't have any startup money. Search is the first software which Google did that's commercialized. But if you can commercialize inference, reasoning, planning, language, language translation, computer vision, something commercial that everyone's going to use, you can be the next Google. Right now, everyone's doing a lot of work on reasoning. And so you can understand how reasoning works. So you look all around you and there's stuff. I mean, 6 people here and 4 people there. And if you say you're walking, you can postulate what each person is going to be doing next. And if it causes you harm or something, then use some probability to figure out what to do next for yourself. Doesn't sound correct. One of the biggest things I've seen is robots showing emotions. I think it's artificial, but hey, there's a lot of money in it now. See robots crying, showing happiness and stuff. That's going to be a big thing in the future. Has anybody been to Denver Museum of Nature and Science for a robot exhibit? I'm there right now. Did you like it?
Yeah.
So I had 3 students that presented their work there one night. A colleague of mine at Georgia Tech set up the whole thing for the museums. So I don't think I answered your question, Dave, but what was it again?
What should they be doing to try to
Go to college.
go to college, like increase their chance of getting into the top school?
I can say if you don't get in, have your parents call the admissions and go. You can go in as a undeclared, maybe unaccepted student first and work at it. If you go in and you start A's and B's in all your classes, they're gonna have to let you into the college. If you have a good GPA already and there's a demand, you can go straight in. I know working at Lockheed, I was surprised that everybody I worked with were all master honors students or valedictorians in their class. It seemed like it would be kind of odd to have all these smart guys in one area, but they made it through high school, they made it through college in their fields, and then you end up working together at a good company. You realize, geez, they're all smart. So if you want to go into engineering, math, science, physics, useful. Electronics will always be involved. Software, again, is key. Make sure you program computers. Are you guys all programmers, or you guys use computers? You understand the difference, right? There's guys that can use the programs, and there's people that write the programs. You guys want to be the guys that write the programs. Any gamers in here? If you can direct your own game, you're better off than playing the games. I have a 21-year-old at home that doesn't get up to noon and games all night and doesn't work, but at least he's going to school, so I feel kind of blessed he's going to school.
Kick them out.
I don't know if he'll survive.
You got to go. They'll figure it out.
I don't. So my job is just get up in the morning, make the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and see what's up with him, which is terrible. You have a small kid, right?
I got 2 small kids. My first one's almost 2 years old. I'm already having conversations about that.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm amazed at kids. Kids are so smart anymore. 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds, it's just amazing. And some students, because it takes 12 years to get through high school, loses their way eventually. So you can stay focused. That's even better.
All right. Any other last questions for Wendell?
And I'll hang out, check out your projects.
Yeah. If you have questions you want to ask me privately, you'll have a chance. All right, great.